Do you people not realize they're just changing the words? Can you hear yourselves when you say, they ain't got no rights, they's illegals? You know what you sound like to me? Sie haben gar keine Rechten, denn sie sind Juden. They ain't got no rights, they's just a bunch of... Yeah. See how they just changed the word and the same stupid, misplaced hatred just flows and flows and flows through time. But the thing is, you're not a slave to your upbringing. You are not a victim of your parents. You can think for yourself and choose to evolve your thinking to, I don't know, reality.
It's going to shit. That was to be expected. Anyone with half a brain knew that that was going to happen because, you see, Donald Trump was already president once before, and he took a good economy and drove it into the gutter. Of course, he was going to do the same thing this time. Of course, is he going to be even worse because of all the tariffs? Now, how did the convicted felon Orange God King react to that bad jobs report? Well, he acted exactly like you would expect him to react. Here's another article from CNBC. President Donald Trump on Friday fired the Bureau of Labor Statistics commissioner hours after the agency reported that job growth in the U.S. had slowed to a near halt. So he shot the messenger. He didn't like the numbers, so he fired the woman at the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Now, anyone who replaces this person, you know now is going to be an out-and-out sycophant who is only going to report good numbers, which means he or she is going to lie. That person is only going to get the job if they promise to be loyal to Donald Trump and report whatever the hell he wants. And so now we know for a fact going forward that any numbers that we get out of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, any of these economic numbers that regularly get reported, are going to be complete lies. We can't rely on any of these numbers from here on out. So that's what dictators do. They remove the people who give them bad news. And it gets worse. Gets worse for the guy. We've got some polling data. Let me read a little of this article for you. Americans are struggling financially. I thought this was the golden age. I mean, we are so damn prosperous that Donald Trump, we have no problems in this country. So he's focusing on things like refurbishing his $400 million jet that he got as a personal gift to him, contrary to the laws in the Constitution. And then he is going to spend like $1 billion of our money fixing it up, and then he's going to take it with him when he leaves. By the way, if he does that, the next president, God willing, not a MAGA Republican, should arrest and prosecute Donald Trump for theft of government property. Just saying.
Hey guys, how you all doing? Welcome back again to my channel, and thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. So this has always been a lot of the MAGA's problem, saying that why are they in our country, that they are illegal, this, that. And some of this MAGA forgot the fact that some of these immigrants has contributed positively to the growth of the society. Yeah, most of the illegal people has worked tirelessly and they have helped in the growth of the society. I am not saying that it's good for someone to be an illegal in a country, at least before someone should go into another foreign country. Like, it's always good for you to go there, in a legal way with a visa, make it official and make it normal. So to me, I really do think that most of the problem, most of the things that the United States of America are going through is not caused by the immigrants. Yeah, I don't think so that it's being caused by the immigrant, because the MAGAs are just so emphasizing, saying that the immigrants are the problem, that the immigrants are the reason for all of the things that they are going through, right? Anyway, guys, I'll watch the remaining clip of this video and let me know what you think about them in the comment section.
Breaking news, billionaire Frederick Smith, the founder and executive chairman of FedEx, died of an apparent heart attack on June 21st, and as expected, there was no media coverage over it. But here's where it gets interesting. Earlier that same week, FedEx was accused of violating international law by facilitating the transfer of Lockheed Martin's F-35s to Israel. And a few months prior to that, FedEx was accused of deleting evidence of illegal munitions shipments to Israel. In addition to being complicit in arming Israel, FedEx has also faced numerous lawsuits for intentionally misclassifying employees to avoid paying overtime and other benefits. FedEx is currently worth an estimated $52 billion, and the company has faced a lot of backlash for not paying federal taxes. And not only did Smith get rich off the backs of underpaid employees who he wouldn't allow to unionize, but he also was responsible for the death of 2 people in 2 separate car accidents. One of those accidents was a hit and run where he killed a pedestrian while driving with an expired license, and the charges against him were dismissed. In the other accident, he lost control of the vehicle and killed a passenger.
Good morning, TikTok. This is David with the McCowan Company coming to you from Springfield, Missouri. This is another message to the president. So, back to what we've been talking about. Driver pay, minimum wage on shippers, cap it on brokers, $1 a mile for drivers, freeze on diesel prices so we can't be gouged, and a cap on insurance. We've got to put a safety net around what we need as a truckers and carriers, and we got to do it now, okay? The comments in the last video have been amazing. There's little mixed reviews, and we don't exactly have an idea exactly what to do yet, but we got some good ideas, okay? Now, when I say $4 minimum for anything to move, that doesn't mean it has to be $4. That means if you're already getting $6 to move the freight you're moving, that's great. Keep it. We want you to make more money. We want to cap the brokers at 3% because that's what they're worth. They're not out here putting in the sweat, blood, and tears it takes to get this stuff moving down the highway. They're not investing everything to have a company, pay for mechanics. They don't do none of that. They got a phone and a laptop. I'm just being honest. We got to really revamp this whole thing. It's been a takeover, and somehow or another we're on the losing end of it. So, and a guy commented in one of the comments, I'm trying to keep up with the comments, by the way. I'm sorry if I haven't got back to yours but I didn't realize I'd get so many views on these videos. So, with that being said, a guy said, we get this conversation every 10 or 15 years in the trucking industry. Well, guess what? Now we got a platform. We got TikTok, and I am brand new to TikTok, probably 3 weeks, and it's pretty cool as far as getting truckers together. All the other jazz on it, I don't know nothing about all that. It's a little bit kind of creepy, but as far as uniting truckers, it's working. So, I'm going to put a link in the comments somehow or another, or in the description of this video, of my Telegram group I'm starting. We can have 200,000 members in this one group, guys. Copy the link, go into Telegram, send me a request. I think that's how it works. I don't even know how this works. I just got it set up. But if you believe what I'm talking about, and we want to talk about maybe doing a shutdown or being able to schedule a 2 or 3 day off protests or getting some legislation, let's all get in this group. 200,000 of us can get in this group. Copy this message. Share it with your driver buddies. Share it on your profile. Get it out there. Let's get this Telegram group going where we can actually talk in real time. Because here's the problem. It's hard to get a message out. If I want to put a message out that says I'm at the Loves in Joplin or the Petro, let's have a coffee break. Let's have a driver meeting. And there's 200 drivers down there in the area that's on this group that says, hey, I'm whooping in there. We're gonna have a driver meeting. it can be in real time. Boom, you send a message, everybody in the group gets it. So let's pull together, let's do that, let's make some noise, let Donald Trump hear us, because guess what? I doubt a driver shutdown is going to work, but Trump can do this with the stroke of his pen. If we sit down and really get to talking about it, you know, it's not out of the realm. They do it all the time. The government's had to step in and put caps on all kinds of industries because the corporation went crazy and would have just been stealing, pretty much. I mean, things have gotten out of hand. You know, it used to be this guy over here had this thing for sale, this guy over here needed to buy this thing, and there was one or two other places in town that you could get it. And you had to haggle and work a deal, and that kept things together. Well, now the corporations are like, screw you, the government's issued all these visas, and I know that the government's part of the problem, but we got to get it fixed. It's like being a drug addict, and I can speak on this because I was. I've got 22 months sober. Jesus changed my whole life. That's for another video. But what Trump's doing for the country right now is he's getting us unhooked off the drugs. And I'm speaking metaphorically. Our country is like a drug addict. It's been used to getting all the stuff free and all the handouts and everything. And it's going to be a painful situation. Believe me, I know. For a couple of weeks, metaphorically, it's going to be probably a month, a year, 6 months, however long it's going to take to get us off the government, you know, drug, so to speak. But on the other side of drug addiction and this whole thing we got going is amazingness, man. Once you get on the other side and get it back to where you're relying on yourself, getting a job, working hard, making money. But that's the thing. We got to get out of this whole dead corporation thing and work on people giving a crap about their employees and their businesses. And you got to give people incentive to have a life, you know. And I don't know if we're ever going to get there because corporations, they're just a monster. It's the machine, you know. But if we can start with the trucking industry. We can get a $4 a minimum for freight to move, mandatory $1 a mile for driver pay, cap on the brokers 3%, freeze on the diesel fuel. You know, it's all been done before for other industries. It's got to be done for us. So let's get together, go to the group, go to the Telegram group, send me a request or click on it. I don't know how it works. Send me a message, and maybe we'll pull together. You know, everybody in the comments is talking about pulling together. Well, let's pull together in this group. Let's get a group going. And this might take off, guys. It's the first time in history we've ever had TikTok. And I think we might have a chance. We haven't had a voice before. We haven't had a platform before where we could get together in this amount of numbers. I mean, I'm shocked. I do Facebook, I do YouTube, and I am blown away by my TikTok videos. I mean, I'm getting like 1,000 followers. I got 1,000 followers yesterday, and probably another 1,000 today. Over 150,000 views on that video, and that's where I'm like, man, this really hit home with some drivers. We're in a bad way. Let's pull together as drivers, guys, and I'm talking to all drivers. You know, if you can't speak English and you can't understand this video, that's not you who I'm talking to. I hate to say it. I love you as a human, but if you don't understand me and you can't read the captions, this video is not for you. This is for the English-speaking drivers of America. And with that, believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. You shall be saved. I love everybody. Let's make this happen, guys. Let's get it out there.
Lord Jesus, I hope this is real. Please let this be real.
If only Donald Trump was president in the 20th century, so much could have been avoided. The First World War, the Second World War, the nuclear arms race, the Cold War, Trump could have prevented all of it. After all, his surname is Ceasefire. We know that all politicians are full of themselves. They can be arrogant and boastful. But Trump is one step ahead. He is shamelessly full of himself. And we saw an example of that yesterday. The White House openly demanded a Nobel Peace Prize for Donald Trump. Listen to this. The president has now ended conflicts between Thailand and Cambodia, Israel and Iran, Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of the Congo, India and Pakistan, Serbia and Kosovo, and Egypt and Ethiopia. This means President Trump has brokered, on average, about one peace deal or ceasefire per month during his 6 months in office. It's well past time that President Trump was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. I think she missed a few there, like Tom and Jerry, Harry Potter and Voldemort, Batman and the Joker, and Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. If you're going to make fake claims, might as well go all in. It's been a hallmark of Donald Trump. He claims credit for everything. What's worse, he wants global recognition for it. In other words, he wants the Nobel Peace Prize. Now, just to be clear, a lot of unworthy people have received this prize. A lot of unworthy people have also been nominated for it. But none of them asked for it. I mean, this is not a reality TV contest. It's not like you can send an SMS to Norway nominating Donald Trump. You must let your actions speak. So let's look at Trump's actions. We mentioned his bombing record earlier on the show. Trump has dropped 530 bombs in 6 months. To put that in context, his predecessor, Joe Biden, dropped 555 bombs over his whole presidency, 4 years. Trump has dropped 530 in 6 months. Not very peaceful, is it? Let's also look at aid cuts. Trump has cut 80% of America's foreign aid. That's almost $60 billion of help. And we are talking about life-saving help, like vaccination campaigns, remote health centers, public health services, and medicine distribution. What will be the impact of these cuts? Medical journal Lancet has done some research. They say the aid cuts could cause 14 million deaths by 2030. I'll repeat that for you. 14 million deaths due to Trump's aid cut. And a third of those are children. Does this sound like a peace laureate to you? Does this sound like a respectable statesman? The answer is no. Someone tell Trump that typing in all caps is not diplomacy, plus it's out of fashion. Gen Z would be horrified by the all caps. This is the era of small case. But coming back to his credit fever, as a species, we should be more thankful to Trump. Thanks to his negotiations with God, the sun rises every day. Thanks to his mediation, ships can sail on the ocean. If not for him, gravity would not exist. Give us a break. Americans can vote for whoever they want to. Just don't expect the world to fall in line. I can think of a dozen people who deserve the Nobel Peace Prize. Trump is certainly not one of them. And I'll tell you what disqualifies him. It's not just what he is doing now. It's what he will do if he wins the prize. I can guarantee that Trump will sell a Nobel experience at Mar-a-Lago. You can come, click pictures with the prize and go. Just $500. Chances are he will also sell Nobel-themed belt buckles and baseball cards. Again, just $100 each. But jokes aside, there are too many reasons to disqualify Trump. You've got casual sexism. You've got sexual assault allegations. You've got casual racism. You've got Islamophobia. And you've got actual warmongering. Take your pick. There are two kinds of leaders in this world. One who leave the world a better place. The other who leave it worse than they found it. And Trump is clearly in category 2. We suggest he take up a new obsession and leave us alone. In fact, I've got an idea. There is a country in Africa with vast reserves of rare earth elements. It's called Wakanda. If US officials are listening, get Trump on the job. Urge him to sign a deal with them. If anyone can, it's Donald Diplomacy Trump.
I don't know if it's real. I didn't do any real deep searching to find out if it was real. I hope it's real. And I hope it continues because, yeah, Donald Trump and his administration, there's no silencing the media that's outside of the United States. They will not bow down to or capitulate to Donald Trump. Second, I want to see more of this because for whatever reason, Donald Trump thinks he's respected around the world. That news report proves that to them, Donald Trump is nothing more than a joke. And unfortunately, they look at the rest of us as if we're jokes. Shout out to MAGA Nuts.
Ten rights that as a transgender individual I lost under Trump. Now, this is me. This is not somebody else. So if you're a transgender individual that lost a right, not a privilege, you let me know. Right number one that I've lost. I can't think of that. Let me get to number two. Number two, the right I lost. I can't think of that either. Right number three I've lost. Number three, I don't have that either. Number four, this is a good one. I lost the right. Never mind on that one. Right number five. I lost the. Now, let's go to six. Let's go to seven. Eight. How about nine? No. How about 10? You know what? I haven't fucking lost any rights. What the fuck?
Did y'all see that interview that Syphilitic Sid did on Newsmax? And he was asked about Carolyn Levitt. And that man's response was, oh, that face, her brain, her mouth, those lips, the way they move. Nobody pushed back on him. The interviewer said nothing. So, is it safe to say that we're now normalizing inappropriate sexual behavior and speech now? Because I'm going to go out on a limb and say, who else could get away with that? Y'all remember when the right lost their minds because Joe Biden kissed his granddaughter on the head and smelled her hair? You remember how they went after him and called him I'm not going to repeat what they called him, but y'all remember that? And that was just a loving, endearing thing between a grandfather and a grandchild. This man is her boss. That type of language and behavior publicly is what sexual harassment lawsuits are made of. But we're all just going to act like he wasn't talking about another man's wife. We're not going to act like he wasn't talking about his own employee. We're just going to dismiss all of that. Oh, okay. But all of that aside, she's still a liar and an idiot. Okay, goodbye.
They wanted to unalive that man. Accusing him of stealing the phone. You come back with 5 guys. You got a pistol in your hand. You're flipping over his truck. Then you talking about get back in your truck before something bad happens to you.
So guys, I don't know if some of you saw the viral video of the last clip of this video. This man was a black man, a truck driver who went to a certain city to deliver a message, only for him to get there and some white folks that was there told him that you are not welcome here. You are not supposed to be here. What are you doing here? You have to leave here as soon as possible. So they ordered this man to leave with immediate effect. And even when this man tried to leave, people were still harassing him. They were still talking. So at a point, this man took his phone and started filming. He started documenting everything. Like, the racist was so obvious, the racist was so high, the racist was unacceptable. It was a really bad one, and this has gone viral. This has triggered a lot of people. A lot of people started talking. Both the black and the white people started talking. Yeah, because people knew that what they did was absolutely wrong, and if care is not taken, these people might end up losing their company. Yeah, they might end up losing it. And yeah, because people were so mad to see how an adult can be racist to this point. Like, the racist was so obvious, it was so high. Like, even me, I was so surprised when I saw that video flying over the internet, because I can never imagine that people are still racist in this 21st century. Yeah, you asked him to leave, and even when he tried to leave, you were still stopping him. Just imagine that. Guys, like, I'm just so excited that nothing bad happened to this man. Nothing bad has happened to him, and we really glorify God for that, because anyone who can be racist up to this point can do something nasty, can do something, yeah, that will trigger everyone. But nevertheless, yeah, so that's okay. So let me know what you think about it in the comment section. I'm just going to be right there waiting for you guys. See you all in my next episode. Bye.